Okay, so here I am on Enshrouded. Again, I'm in the Albaneve Summits, and I'm at the Albaneve Summit fast travel section. Point. So, where is that on the map, and where are we going? Why am I here? Okay, so I found, as per usual, I found an excellent location to build in, one with a stunning view, I believe. But also, I always talk about pretty and practical. Well, this build, I've got several resources nearby, several major resources nearby. So not only is this build meant to be warm, cozy, easy on the eye and relaxing, but it's also meant to be in a really prime spot. Now, obviously, until you've opened the Albaneve Summit fast travel point here, you're not going to be able to get to it. And by this point, you should probably have the Ghost Glider. So getting there shouldn't be too much of an issue. So where are we and where are we going? Well, on the map, let's have a look out. There's the Ancient Spire, that's where we are. And then just up here is where we're going to. Now, as you can see, it's a level 4 home. I've placed it so that it doesn't inconvenience too many of the materials or resources, because again, once your flame altar is down, you're not really going to get a chance to, they're not going to respawn, put it that way. So you can see there's Camellia Lake just there, and the marble quarry, that's the home, and that's where we are on the map. So without further ado, let's go. And try not to die of hypothermia on the way down, of course. So you can probably see the build, it's right there on our right hand side. I shan't get too close because I don't want to reveal too much just yet. Yeah, so you can see it holding up to view there. So right, I'm going to arm my staff again just in case. Now I'm hoping those dragons or fell beasts, whatever they are, don't decide to interfere. I'm really hoping they just stay the hell away. Right, so let's be down here. Now this is one of the resources. Why are you running away from the build, Tal? Well, the reason I'm running away from the build is because just down here, just down this hill, is one of the resources that I talked about. So not only do you have plenty of stone and wood, so it's like around here you can see tons of that, but not only that, but just here you also have one of those lovely resources that I told you about. Let's have some light. Okay, so let's just run through here. Now obviously this isn't normally broken open. I've opened this up and I got rid of, you normally have some bats here as well, and they're flitting around to the inside, so you have to dig that out with a pick. But once you have, you come into this lovely little cave in here, and one of the things you can definitely get from here, you can see there's coal. There's tons and tons of coal, which, let's face it, with the new smelter for your steel and silver needs, you're going to want that. There's luminescent growth up there, so if you want some of your luminescent blocks, then well, it's all here in this cave, and once you get rid of like 3 or 4 bats, you're going to be fine. There's obviously some more coal over here, so it's all harvestable. You can get all of this, and it's within easy reach of the base that I've placed. And I say base because it is as per usual. It's a fully working, it's a practical but pretty base. So let's head up and have a look. Let's make sure that we don't get the attention of those fell beasts or dragons, or whatever you want to call them. So as we move up here, you'll see first of here on the left, more coal, and on the right as well, yep, there we go, more coal. So as you can see, this area is dotted with coal, as much of the Albaneve Summit is. Plenty of wood you can see on the way. Ah, damn it. Yep, this is where I take out my own base, obviously. Oh, I just got another level. Somewhere here is my... Oh, sir, no, it's there somewhere. Okay, right, let's carry on. That is always so much harder to do with the HUDs up there. I honestly thought there was going to be a, uh-oh, re-record, party death. But no, anyway, continuing on. I'd like to say that was a bit of excitement, but not really. Okay, as we head up here, as you can see, there's a lot of forest land around here. Very nice, very beautiful. It was this rough when I got here. It wasn't flat enough to build, so you're really going to have to flatten it out. Now, as you can see, as we come up here, I've used the foliage from the black mire to create the hedges effect as usual. And as we come up here, you can see that usually, you know, I've got the beehives just there, a water well, you know, some supplies outside. And as you're going to see, that is the kitchen area in front of us. But we're not going in there just yet. First of all, we're going to focus on the garden. Now, this is one of the garden spaces you can see in front. Just about big enough, really, to plant some of the things you need. Now, it's not as big as the usual sort of farming areas that I go for, but certainly big enough to put any of the plants that you're requiring. And you may find that you have to harvest a little bit more regularly. But essentially, you can fulfill all your plant needs and get all your mats from there. And then, obviously, here we have a nice little sort of greenhouse area. I've placed this in here so that you can grow all of the seeds that you need. All of those can be placed in here. We have our pumpkins up there, our Hallows Eve pumpkins, lighting the way for us. Another matriarch scavenger just there. Her head displayed nice and neatly on the wall. Sure she'd appreciate that. And then round here, let's just hop over the wheelbarrow. So as you can see, we have a nice little sort of greenhouse area for all your seeds and all your plant needs. So, moving along here, and I will move along here because, as I said, this spot is spectacular for a view. You can see all the way down there, and I believe the route we're looking at the moment, directly in front, just over there, you can see over that sort of black ramparts down there. I think down there you've got a large sort of, there's a few silver nodes down there, so again, you know, you're well within range of some very, very decent materials, very needed materials. So we look on here, there's a place to wagon there. I'm sure they get deliveries up here somehow. Over there, charcoal kiln. As we walk along here, now you can see the first of the work areas off to my left. We'll come to those in a moment. But if we head down here, you'll see here's the second garden area. There's the flame altar, level 4. And as you can see, archery targets for practicing archery. But a few more builds just here, a few more areas for gardening. So if you didn't quite have enough at the back, you can put some of your speciality plants down the front here. Or maybe you want to use these just for, you know, just for show. So maybe you want to pick some pretty colours, put them all in together and have them as a garden area. Either way, you can. There's a well just there. Some training dummies. So basically, so Oswald can try out his newly forged weapons. Cade can try out his newly made bows. So again, as we head up here, I forgot to close the doors. Let's head off to the right to begin with, before we go looking inside. Again, that cave in front of you see there, that is the Cyclops cave passage. Now inside there is quite a bit of obsidian, obviously a Cyclops, since it's called the Cyclops cave passage. And you can get quite a few resources from there, like I said, you know. I've not explored all of it yet, I've not been all the way through, but you know, I found all sorts of materials, resources in there, and like I said, with the Cyclops in there, a nice amount of XP as well. So, you know, you're not too far from home, you can go in there and farm the hell out of him. Here, as you can see, we have our chickens and rabbits. Just the first pen of our livestock. As you can see, just a small pen area. Nicely covered and enclosed. Keeps them largely dry. So as we head over, there we go. Look at those big ears, how cute. Heading out. Oop. He says heading out, smashing his head twice on the ceiling above. You wonder why this character is just a little bit dipsy. Let's head all the way along. Now to the right there, that is actually the Hunter's Lodge to the right. And here we have the Alchemist Laboratory, just on the right hand side here. But we're not going to stop just yet. What we're going to do is go along here. And here you can see, hollowed out into the side of this sort of, cliff face area here, or this hill. You can see here we have the yaks and the goats. They're nicely covered, they're kept warm, they're in an enclosed space, but they're still on the outside. It's a nice little area to keep them in. I found it keeps them contained nicely and gives them space to roam. Coming up here, some nice warm lights on the inside. But just here, as per usual. Now I normally put all of my boxes, my magic boxes, I normally put some sort of luminescence around them to outline them and mark them. But in this case, what I've done is just place the boxes behind this secret door. It's just so that, you can always come back from your hard time out harvesting. You can put your resources away in there. They're still accessible all over the base. And yeah, that way you can just use them whenever you need to, but it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. Now, moving in here, this is Balthazar's area. Like I said, you can see we have the Hallowed Halls banner up on the wall. You see we have a laboratory, alchemist desk, a few scrolls in the bag. So, pestle, mortar. You can see we have the alchemist framework there. And then just over here, you can see we have, this is Balthazar's private bathroom. It's just a small bathroom, separate from the house. Of course, he still comes over to the house to eat, as per usual. I like to create sort of a communal area where they all gather. And then over here, we have Balthazar's bedroom. So in here, you can see he has his adventuring clothes just there, or what I imagine to be his adventuring clothes. A little bit of decoration, nice, warm, cosy room, somewhere he can retreat to sleep. And obviously there's a box in here placing some of the alchemical materials. So, moving on. As we head down here, like I said, this is a Hunter's Lodge to the left. Nice little quiet seated area to the right there. More sort of on the sheltered side of things, closer to the cliff. There we have the wool spindle just there. Here we have all the weaving apparatus, the loom, the drying rack, the spindles, Athalan there. And so, over here we have a nice cosy little room for her. There's her adventuring clothes, especially in the summits here. You see she has a bed, it looks out on the animal pen just there, so she can keep an eye on things. So as we come over here, again you see it's a nice cosy kind of warm little room. In here we have a bathroom, which is as you would expect, a few plants to decorate it. Potions, oils and lotions on the side there of the sink. Let's close that door. So that's a nice cosy little bedroom for her. Again, I assume they all have a community, you have a sort of community dining over at the house. And with that being said, let's go over to the main house. What have I done with this? So this is sort of like the lodge hall, if you like. So this is the Albaneve Summit Alpine Lodge. So as we walk around here, you can see we have the work areas. So let's head straight over. So here we have Oswald's working area. You can see he's got all these smelters lined up there. We have the crucibles out in front. That has changed to help tilt the crucibles and pour the liquids out. I love all these extra decorations they put in. Here we have the hooks, the new smelter for all your silver and steel needs. Over here we have the forge, creating all your metal plates. Several chains above, and Oswald keeping very warm under here next to all of this apparatus. Now moving over, here's Cade's area. So you can see Cade has very much, he's got his fired brick kiln just there, woodcutter, there's a few decorations, you can see the workbench in the corner. he has a few of his tools there. Now this is what it's like at night. I'll see it again. Even at night you can see that it's a beautiful view. And this is the front of the build. So you can see we have the dragon head, fell dragon, right at the top. As you can see, this is very much built along the sort of lines of an A-frame. So it means that many of the balconies you see there, those top two balconies, are covered. We have the Volca prayer statues to either side of the door. Let's close the door behind us. So as we walk in, like I said, I've gone for a very nice, warm, cosy effect here, and I've tried to keep this as open as possible, so it looks extremely spacious, while at the same time sectioning places off. So as we walk around here to begin with, you will see this is what I would call the small library. So in here is an area to study, research, you know, relax, you know, when the light's coming through. Even with the light in here, you can still, you know, as I say, just sit at the table, you know, in relative peace and quiet, do your research, read your books, you know, look at your scrolls, and even maybe, you know, write a few notes if you wished. Using the new tables here. And again, like I said, I've used the iron windows at the back there, again, to sort of, you know, use as a partition for the areas, or you know, making it look nice and open. As we move over here, now I've done something slightly different here. I've seen people try to create settees or sofas, couches, if you will, whatever you wish to call them. And I've seen people try to create them out of various different materials. So what I've tried to do with this is I've used the wooden carved side tables, and I've placed them around in such a way as to, you know, create a nice little headrest and backrest for these couches, and I've also used the black wire benches, which I've pushed in. I felt that they probably looked like the most easy, relaxing, comfortable couches to put in there. And then I've just decorated them a little bit. In here, this is supposed to be sort of like the lounge area, where, you know, after dining, you know, when they just want to sit down, they want to chill, they want to relax, they want to have a, you know, maybe just a chat and hang out, then this might be the nice sort of warm, cosy place that they do that. So moving further around, you can see we walk out into the main area. Now this main area again is, you know, I like to think of it as more of a research, study area, sort of, you know, lounge, just relaxation again. You can see I'm very much focused on relaxing here. Let's say I've gone for a very warm, cosy, snug feeling to this build. Or at least that's what I'm trying to get across. So as you can see here, you know, with the tables, now I've done something different with the bookshelves. I really wanted some sort of, I wanted them to look different. I didn't just want to place the bookshelves against the wall, so what I've done is I've placed a tapestry against the back wall. I've used these round sort of like hobbit hole doorways, or the round large wooden window frames basically, and I've placed those, and then I've pushed these bookshelves inside. I really would have liked some sort of like S-shaped shelf, I think, to go in there to try and, you know, break up that form a little bit. Unfortunately, I couldn't come up with anything that would go with that at the time. I'll have to keep working on that. But I quite like the way the bookshelves have turned out. You know, they're not your bulk standard rectangle bookshelves, you know, thrown against the wall. I feel they've got a bit more decoration to them, a little bit more shape. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the way they turned out. I mean, you know, maybe you like them, maybe you don't, maybe it's just personal preference, but, you know, feel free to let me know in the comments, you know, whether you like them or not, or if you'd have done them differently, how would you have done them? Now you have the dogs over there on the right hand side. Well, one of them anyway, goodness knows where the other one is. And then as we head over here, again, you know, more of the bookshelves. Here, and another nice little relaxing area, as you can see. Sit here quite peacefully. You can see straight through into the dining area, but again, you know, it's sectioned off, but doesn't feel enclosed. It still feels quite open. We'll go upstairs in a moment. Let's continue round this bottom floor first of all. Now I have tried to put in this sort of growing area here. I just wanted a bunch of different colours, and with have all of the pots and vases and such with all the plants in, which is amazing. They look beautiful, but I wanted something slightly different, so I've done or I tried to do an indoor growing area. Again, I've used the carved wooden side tables. I placed them round to form a barrier. I did try it with the polished ones, but they didn't look as good as the carved. I didn't think so anyway. So I used those, and I think it's turned out quite nicely. So we have a few nice sort of green plants inside. Again, as to the decoration, one of the cat beds just there. Door on the left, we'll investigate that last. Nice big fireplace there. I do love these new fireplaces. They're thick, they're chunky, but they're extremely warm. I do love them. And as we move down here, hello Valerie. You see she's in the dining room. At the moment she's just practicing her songs. And you can see I've pushed two of the tables together, making a larger table area so that everybody can sit and dine communally. And obviously right next to the sort of communal dining area, I don't know if that's the obsidian blocks you can see, by the way, behind the fire. Lovely gold trim embossed, looks beautiful. Moving on, just here we have the kitchens. So inside, as always, I've tried to make the kitchen, very warm, very cosy, but very busy. I figure this is a very busy, very active area. You can see that we have a number of things here. Cats skulking down by the side of the food bowl. Here you can see we have all of our barrels and urns and such here, probably herbs and spices. And you can also see that we have plates and crockery over here. You can see that we have our sacks of flour, grain and everything. And again, I've tried to go for a fairly busy, fairly active kitchen. Now, I have gone for a very obsidian looking hearth here. Now maybe that's a little bit over the top for a hearth, but I don't know. I found it quite fitting. I think it suits in here actually. I really do like that. A little bit on the grandeur side, but I'm okay with that. And then as we move over here, let's open the door here. You can see this leads to the outside, which is where we originally came in with the beehives. So let's close this door. Okay, and as we're moving through, let's close that behind us as well. Like I said, it's nice, it's open. This is at night time, so you can see we've got plenty of light in here. It still feels largely open, but I still hope to convey sort of a coziness, a warmth to the place that makes you feel relaxed. So, as we head in, let's have a look. This is what I like to call the living area. So, here, this is everybody else's bedrooms that lives here. Obviously, Balthazar and Athalan have their own space. But here are where the others go. Now, first of all, we have a bathroom between these two rooms. It's one of the larger bathrooms, again, more communal, but you can see we have shower, bath, shelf for oils, lotions and such. Again, a few decorations around, but yes, it's a nice sort of, open bathroom area there. Over this side, I believe this is Valerie's room. So this is Valerie's room. As usual, I've put what I believe they would be wearing, and there's her explorer outfit. Several items up on the shelf, that she's probably gathered in her travels. Again, her knives just there. And since she's also from the Blackmire, we've used the Blackmire side tables there at her bedside. So that's Valerie's room. Heading across here, we have Emily Frey's room. Now in Emily's, I know she likes her plants. Probably shouldn't have that sticking through the ceiling like that. But as you can see here, we have the noble's dress over on the left. There's her bed. Little decorative shelf there with all her plants and everything on. So there we go. We've got plenty of plants in here, which I feel, with Emily being a farmer and her love of plants and everything else, is quite fitting. So that's Emily's room. Moving around again. Now this is besides that shelf there. This is the guest bedroom. Now I've put Farmer Fergit in here for the moment.
Hey!
Yep. Hey! So there we have. This would normally be the guest room, and at the moment Fergit is staying over here at this place. I had to use him last time. So hence why he is in the guest bedroom. But as you can see, it's quite a nice, warm, cosy little room. Plenty of space to put all your personal items if you have any, and places to put your clothes and such. What you'd need for a bedroom. Moving swiftly round. Have a few decorations around here, not too many. As we move through here, now in here, besides Cade and Oswald's room, we have the armoury. So as you can see here on display, we have all of the new suits of armour, shields, daggers and knives. There we have two-handed weapons, bows, large window to let in the lights. We have staves up on that wall. Down here we have wands, a few more decorations there, little shelf, bookshelf. And just here we have single-handed weapons. So we have those along with the shields, and the fireplace, warming up this room since this is at the front of the house. Very briefly, in here we have a bathroom. So the lads, Cade and Oswald, have their own bathroom. Shower, bath, everything you would expect from a small private bathroom. So, heading out, first of all, this is Oswald's room. There he has his blacksmithing gear. Over there to convey that this is his room. He has a shelf with several of his items on, some books, and then of course we have his two-handed hammer up on the wall, which I felt a hammer was very fitting for a blacksmith. So again, warm, cosy. Now we move on. This is Cade's room next door. As we move in here, you can see there's his winter weather clothing just there, which seems fitting for a woodcutter who is most likely out in the forest, certainly in this area, felling down trees, which is why he has an axe above his bed. Again, you know, he has a few personal effects and such up on the shelves there. And there we have plenty more items around. And so, as we head out, we're just heading through here. You can see we're actually out on the balcony at the moment. So you can see we have a table, a dining table, so you know they can make full use of this view. They can actually see the view. This is a wonderful view. It looks amazing. So, should they wish to, you know, with this A-frame design, they can sit under here, they can be covered from the elements. So they're not getting rained upon, they're not getting snowed upon, but they can still sit outside. They could even move some sort of heat source, an Aga or something out here, you know, maybe to keep a little bit warm while they're doing that. But either way, it gives them the chance to sit outside, or maybe they just want to sit outside and relax for a minute. Either way, a communal area that everybody can use. And the armoury to show off all the different suits of armour, weapons of choice. So, as we move through, let's close those off. So, let us head upstairs. So this is the Flameborns area, this is the characters area, and for this character, obviously this is my Mage character. So it probably leans more towards that direction. So first of all, over this side, we have a small balcony out here. Sparsely decorated, but that's because it looks down on the Hunter's Lodge, looks down on the Alchemist area, and also down on the animals and sort of farming area. And from here you can see this is more enclosed, so because it's close to the edge of the cliff, again I'd like to think this is probably one of the more sheltered balconies, even if you don't get a view of it. Moving over here, you can see that we'll go over to this balcony first of all, because that's exactly what it is. Now this one looks straight out onto the view. You can see right down the path that we came from. From here you can see not only down onto the garden area with the greenhouse, but from here you can also see the valley all the way across and right over to the Kindle Wastes when it's not that foggy. And so you can see again a fantastic view from here, again from the other side. Stunning. We'll even take a chair out there and maybe sit outside. Here we have the Flameborn's bathroom. Again, I tried to make this open so that you can see it, but again I partitioned it off, so you can see I've used the large round carved windows, which I've used as an awful lot of banisters and railings here, because they've got wooden railings in the game, but they're great for fields and plantations, but I didn't feel they were good for, certainly wouldn't be good for the inside of this build, since it's a little bit too much more opulent than the wooden railings we have for them. However, I did try to put a hot tub in here. As you can see, this is my version of the player's hot tub or large pool indoors. And then through here you can see enclosed and slightly private, the bath area. Here you can see we have a slightly enclosed and private sort of toilet area. And then further through here, we have a sink and obviously shower area just here. So again, it's all fairly open, but also quite enclosed. Or should I say partitioned off? The areas are being sectioned and partitioned off to give that effect, but left so that the place still feels open and airy whilst being warm and cosy. So here's the Flameborn's bedroom. Now I'll go and stand at this end so we can get a long look down. As you can see, the window there looking out onto the view and out onto a balcony, but from here you can see all the way down the room. So you've got the bed just there, you've got a journal writing desk just there, so you can write in your journals, your books, read manuscripts over there. You see we've got the bed just there and the fireplace right at the foot of the bed, keeping this room nice and toasty and warm. So if a Flameborn, you wake up in the morning, you look outside, it's snowing, it's rainy, you know what, I haven't got any quests to do today, you pull your covers back over you and you go back to sleep. I guess I bet many people feel that way quite often. And again, I put the bookshelves in here. I wanted to make them I wanted to make them a bit of a feature. With the Mage build, I like to feel that he has a thing for books, arcane, historical and such, all the histories of Embervale in here. Well, not necessarily all of them, but the books that he wants. Suit of armour, spare there, weapons and such up on the wall. Again, a nice warm cosy room for him to rest and relax. And again with that, a nice balcony outside. So you can see here we have a table and 2 chairs, so should you wish to dine outside you can do. You can bring your food up with you, dine outside, and again marvel at this spectacular view whilst sheltered by this A-frame. You're sheltered from the wind, the rain, the snow. Again, there are 2 chairs there, so should you wish to ask one of the others to come and dine with you, or just sit out, something to eat and a chat, you can. Any guests to the place? Then obviously sometimes you just want to sit out, maybe you just want to sit and watch the sun go down or watch the sun rise, in which case little table there, you can bring your drink with you and just look out over the view and see what's happening over in the Kindle Wastes. So let's close the door behind us, right, and let's head through. I would say we're almost done. We are, but we are of course missing one of the most recent and more vital NPCs. So, where is he? Oh, there's one of the dogs. So, let's go and have a look. So of course, this, a hall or lodge like this will have a basement. So, what do you keep in the basement besides your creepy NPCs? Well, through here we have storage. So here's all your mead, your beer, your wine, your ale, all of it kept here, everything you've made. And they're all stored down here, probably all your jars of honey, your storage for all your herbs and spices and everything for cooking. There's all your spare cutlery there, plates, bowls. But of course, what's this I spy? That's right, one of the secret doors. The secret, not so secret doors. So when we open this, no, there's no Olden, but I did want something a little bit different. This is the usual under the under the stair space. And so I did a little thing with it being, you know, around the Halloween time, which is obviously after Halloween, but with all the Hallows Eve set that's been added. We have the Hallowed Halls banner in the background, we have the books there, and our pumpkin. Nice silver plate on there. And here we have the Hallows banners as well, along with one of the Hallowed Hall crystals. But I felt this was just a nice sort of, you know, marker, nice sort of, you know, tribute, if you will, to All Hallows Eve. And I have a friend who specifically, you know, loves Halloween time of year, so I think she'd love all the Hallows Eve items we have here. And so, knowing how much she loves the pumpkins, I thought I would just do this little understairs space, this little room, as an, you know, kind of a tribute to it, if you will. Let's close that back up. Few archery targets indoors. I'm not sure how safe that is. Ouch, I just shot my face in the door. Moving on through. Do we have Olden? No, we do not have Olden. But what we have is a large storeroom. Again, all of your mats, your resources and everything I imagine would be kept here. Various bits and pieces. Spare furniture maybe kept down here. You know, an assortment of bric-a-brac and items that simply aren't used in the house. They're all kept down here for storage. And you can see a book on the shelf, and again, a spare tapestry over in the corner, and one of our very lovely All Hallows pumpkins there. I know, you can probably see it by now. You know where we're going. That's right. Holden, you creepy. What are you up to? So, as we move through, you can now see in All Hallows style, and the Hallowed Hall style for certain. We have the braziers here, chains, and Olden has his own space for his research, his experiments, and any other creepy things he might happen to be up to. Yeah, you. That's right, you. We're looking at you. So we have the usual sort of decor around here. I've used the crypt fences down here, and thankfully they don't poke through the ceilings. As we walk around here, he has his own little area, his own little space. Now, I haven't fitted every new NPC into this build, but if you wanted to, you could give Olden a much smaller area. And then you could focus this on maybe some smaller rooms, perhaps. But otherwise, I have made this Olden's area. I've not included all the new NPCs. He has his bone bed area. His bed lies on a pallet of bones there. You can see we have some decoration. His All Hallows Eve costume in the corner. A nice fireplace that he can sit in the front of and chill those old bones. Writing desk with various manuscripts and scrolls. There we have it, and some of the relics from the Hallowed Halls. So this is Olden's personal area. A couple of stabs on the wall, toilet in the corner, disturbing. Basically, he has his own area here. So, that is the build. This is what I like to call the Albaneve Summit Alpine Lodge. And as you can see, I've called it pretty but practical. Obviously it's down to, you know, personal taste. But I would say I think it serves both purposes. It's both pretty and very practical in the fact that it is a working and usable base, but in the same breath it's practical because not only do we have the workstations here and the essential NPCs for that, but we also have those two areas nearby. The coal mine that exists, you know, from the beginning down the end one way, and then of course we also have the Cyclops cave along there. Like I said, this has obsidian and a lot of other materials. So again, you know, you've got an awful lot going for you in this area, not too far away, several silver nodes. So with that being said, that's what I've done for this build. If you are watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and if it gives you a few ideas for your own, you know, decorations, designs, excellent. I'm glad it did that. You know, and if you can think of anything here that I need to know, or anything that you think I maybe could have done better on, then by all means put it, you know, in the comments below. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this, and wherever you are, I hope you have a very good day. So with that, yes, all the best, and bye for now.